Hey YouTube, this is instructions on how to assemble the Innova Inversion Table model ITX9600. First things first, lay out all the pieces so they are accessible and have the tools on hand ready. For step 1, push all the other pieces aside besides the following pieces you see here. Also, you're going to want to grab the easy to follow step 1 hardware. Lay the right base frame and the left base frame on the floor with the connecting brackets facing each other. The warning label will be on the right side along with a tab on the swing arm. Take the number 32 bolts and attach the bottom tubes to the frame. Make sure that the indented holes are facing downward. Do not tighten these screws completely until we have attached the middle crossbar. The next part of step 1 is to install the crossbar. Make sure that the rubber stopper is facing outward. Use the brackets and the number 20 bolts. Make sure that the metal support plates are on the outside and the number 20 bolts are going inward. Once you have tightened the crossbar, you can go back and tighten the bottom tubes to the bottom of the frame. The last part of step 1 is to insert the end caps to the bottom tubes. I suggest using a hammer and a cloth so you do not scratch the end caps. Step 2 just consists of adding the 2 arm handles to the frame. So go ahead and grab the bolts from step 2. Grab the number 20 bolts and attach it to the frame with the bolts facing outward. One friendly tip is that the washer is always going to be touching the nut. This piece is going to go on the side with the swing arm with the rubber stopper and the safety labels. Do not fully tighten the number 20 bolts until you have added the number 22 bolts on the top. For the last part of step 2, add the remaining handle to the other side, making sure that the bolts are facing outwards. The third step involves connecting the pre-installed backrest to the connecting brackets of the frame. You are going to need the bolts in step 3. Connect the table to the connecting brackets from the bottom, and then insert the bolts from the inside out so that the nuts are on the outside. Remember that the washers are touching the nuts. You can also insert the angle selector pin so that the position is only at 15 degrees. Step 4, you're going to need these pieces for the height adjustment tube and the ankle holder. Also, grab the bolts from step 4. For the first part, pull up the spring and turn it 90 degrees so that the holes are facing upward. Next, attach the footrest to the height adjustment tube. They recommend using the lower hole. If the lower hole setting is too tight and causes too much discomfort, adjust it to the higher hole. When attaching the number 51 bolt, you will see a metal bushing. This will only fit on one side. And remember, the washer goes with the lock nut on the other side. Next, insert the rear ankle holding tube through the height adjustment tube. Using the same bolt setup, there will be another metal bushing that will only fit through one side, which is down on the bottom. Remember, the washer goes with the nut. Next, add the foam rollers to the rear ankle bars. After that, insert the U-shape holders to the front, and to hold these in place, insert the 4 nylon snaps. For step 5, we will be adding the plastic covers around the angle adjuster. Grab these 2 pieces and snap them around the angle adjuster. You will be using the remaining screws for step 5 on these 3 plastic pieces. Attach the 2 plastic pieces to the handle using the 4 number 61 screws, 1 on the outside and 3 on the inside. Next, take the plastic shield and the remaining screws and connect them to the 3 holes on the handlebar. Last but not least, slide the height adjustment tube into the backrest support tube by pulling the height adjustment knob and releasing it once you're at the desired height number. Thank you and enjoy!